And these aren't the only triple Ds we're going to be seeing in today's game. Woohoo! Also, you notice how that logo has jiggle physics? You stay classy, D3 Tamsoft. Hey everybody, I'm CPC Gamer, and welcome to Let's Play Zombie Hunters 2. Or, if you want to give it its full title, Simple 2000 Series Volume 101, the One Champon, the One Chambara 2 Special Edition. D3 do not like ambiguity in their game titles, let me tell you. It's kind of funny. Also, One Champon means Big Sister's Beef Noodles, which is very funny to me. Especially when you consider there's a previous title in this series, One Champlu, which means Big Sister's Egg Stir Fry. Don't know what it is with these guys and their food, but, well, there it is. If you've never played an One Chambara title, boy are you in for a treat. And if you have, you can probably guess where this game's headed. So we're going to play story mode, and Aya's going to be our player 1. It is her game, after all. As for player 2, the default choice is Aya's younger sister, Saki. But this game has 8 characters. We've got Reiko, Eva, she's complicated, everybody's favourite, Ryo Futaba, and her younger sister, Makoto. Now we've also got Kiku and Hana, who are from a game called Dragon Sisters. Side-scrolling beat 'em up from D3 Tamsoft. I'm picking Ryo, because I love Ryo. But I'm going to stay true to the game and keep her in a bikini. It's a tough choice, but I must. I'm staying true to this game's core principles. So this game says that it has 3 different stories for the 3 sets of sisters. In actuality, it's the same game, but the only changes are the pictures in the background here and the text scroll. And I'm going to speed this up because it is so slow. I think the full text scroll is like 4 or 5 minutes per level. And you guys won't suffer through it, but I will. So feel sorry for me, the poor schlub who has to sit and read all this in real time. And who then has to sit here and find bits of silence that I can edit out so I can bring my desynchronized commentary back in line with what's going on. Also, I like how you can tell this is a game with high production values, even if it is a budget title, because we've got proper spelling, punctuation, and grammar. That's like plus 5 points on your GCSEs right there. I think it should be more. We really do need to emphasize the importance of spelling things properly. But with that said, that's probably something that I would say because I can spell, and it is entirely beyond me how people can't actually do that. And I really hope I didn't just ruin the story by talking over it. It's not like it's important in this kind of game, and when we get to the game, you'll be able to see why. Also, something that's kind of a cute little feature that they implemented on the loading screens, mashing the X button. Yeah, you can beat the crap out of the loading screen. Take that, waiting times. Oh, also, get used to this borderline pornographic techno, because that never goes away. Okie dokie, this little stage, it sort of introduces the basics of the game. There are zombies, the kind that are violent, but at the same time slow and shambling. They can only manage a brisk stagger. They are not runners, they're proper zombies. I'm a bikini-clad samurai, and I make the zombies not be alive anymore. Or dead again. Dead alive. Dead or alive. It's like the 7 degrees of jiggle physics right here, you know? The little yellow blobs you saw on the floor were EXP. And you get a certain amount of EXP per kill. That's weird. That guy never spawns in the way. I can tell this is going to be a good recording session if the game's screwing with me like that. So yeah, yellow blobs are EXP, you get a certain amount of EXP per kill, and you can increase that amount by doing stylish combos, which is chaining your sword, punch, and kick attacks together, switching between enemies without a pause. Basically, you just use a creamy bucket of pizzazz, and razzmatazz, and lots of other words with Z's in them. And that right there, if you're going to take a hit in this level, outside of the sort of rumble arenas, that's how you're going to take it, because these birds are jerks. As with every game in the world, these birds are the worst enemies in the game. They can come at you from pretty much anywhere on the map, and they're also really hard to hit because they're not grounded like all the other zombies. But as you've seen, a couple of either upwards or downwards strikes tend to take them down. It's also pretty helpful if you're using Aya, because she has, I think I showed you off the kunai. They let you attack enemies that aren't on the ground. Pretty helpful. Oh, okay, you see that sort of red blob right there on the side of the screen? That's blood. And it's neatly packaged into capsule form for easy spreading across one's person. If you become completely drenched in blood, then you go berserk. And hopefully this won't happen during play. Your sword can get bloody too, and the bloodier it gets, the less damage you do. You can... well, the game calls it sharpening your sword, but you can clean your sword by tapping one of the shoulder buttons and throwing the blood to the ground. Take that, physics! Except not, because that's actually a thing that happens in real life. It's called Chiburi. And since you're explaining the game's mechanics, there is actually a reason that we're in a bikini, and it's not just for jiggle physics, like you might think. I've explained it in one of the last games I played, but canonically, Aya gains more power the more blood she is wearing. Wearing nothing means that she gets bloodier quicker. So... and that's a demonstration of how your second worst enemy in this game is the camera. It's very floaty and jerky, and it doesn't like your movements very well. Realistically though, I mean, wearing a bikini could just be for jiggle physics. This is gaming at its absolute least pretentious. I mean, look at this. It's not pretending to be a movie like Heavy Rain or Limbo or whatever. It's just... it's trash. And it knows that it's trash, it admits to being trash, and it revels in being trash to the point that if this was a TV channel, it would probably be BBC 3. You know, it's just... it's tits, ass, and zombies. And it knows it. And it loves it. And you know what? The subgenre of classic literature, but with zombies, is really stupid. And it's run its course, and it's time to take it round back and play Hide the Shotgun cartridge. I mean, it started off okay, like Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, Sense, Sensibility and Sea Monsters. Now, it's crazy. You know? It's also incredibly lazy, to my mind. Like, The Adventures of Zombie Huck Finn is a really egregious example that just springs to mind. Although with that said, I do kinda want to write my own but with zombies book. And if I had to, I'd do Alice in Zombieland. Couple of reasons. It's the closest to an actual pun in the book's titles. It's not just tacking with zombies onto the end like a lazy hack. And also it gives me a chance to use the phrase off with their heads, which is a reference. That's how you kill zombies. Isn't that brilliant? Although, to be fair, that's about all I've got. So, you know, don't expect to be seeing that anytime soon. You know what? I read War of the Worlds plus Blood, Guts and Zombies, and it's stupid. It may as well just have been the original book for all the presents that the zombies had, right? And I know I'm going to spoil the ending somewhat, but the ending of the zombies, they all die via Deus Ex Machina. Literally, at some point, the aliens are off camera, they develop a blue smoke that makes all the zombies in England melt. That is your big finish for the undead menace. But still, yes, the basic formula of splatter and exposed skin, it's led the Onechanbara series to become one of the more popular series published by D3. With that said, I actually think it's the most popular, closely followed by Earth Defense Force. I mean, as popular as EDF may be, and as many titles as they've had, they haven't had a movie, while Onechanbara has had 2. Speaking personally, I do kind of want to see the movies because, come on, a B movie based off a B game based off B movies, it can't not fail. Besides, I am in love with B movies, and the movies sound about as terrible as you might expect for something called Bikini Samurai Vortex. But with that said, I'm told that the movies are, well, they're not bad per se, they're just wholly unremarkable and mediocre. And they focus more on a tubby guy who follows the girls around, rather than the girls themselves for some reason. Hey, while we're on this map, you may notice... You see in the top right-hand side of the screen, there's a mini-map. There's a small red dot on there that isn't actually an enemy that's going to come to attack us, and you'll see a couple of these dotted around the map. They indicate... there it is, just on the bottom left of the screen, and I'm just passing it now. They indicate red obelisks, which is what the game calls blood gates. And I'll be honest, that is a really fitting term. I thought that there's just not enough blood in this game. Anyways, no, there are 3 blood gates per level, and if you attack them with a long enough chain combo, the game calls it a cool combo, they smash open and teleport you to a pocket dimension where pain is God and you are the Pope. Which is a line from somebody else. But I feel good in half-inching it, because I tried to come up with a suitable analogy myself, and all I could really come up with is pain is a spam sandwich and you are me. Which sounds like you're on the receiving end of the ensuing beatdown, rather than the one dispensing it, and it's subsequently a pretty bad line. It also implies that I eat pain, which I do. It's very crunchy and it goes well on toast, I think you'll find. Given the limitations of the character's combos and moves, it's only Aya and Saki that can perform the moves required to open all the gates, and really there's no real advantage to unlocking and completing the blood gates, just gives you a bonus costume for Aya. By the way, the symbol of the saints that we picked up opens this door, which takes us to the abandoned church. I suppose I should probably talk about the game and not literature at some point. And this takes us to our first boss, which is Saki for some reason. Even if Saki is on your team, your boss is Saki. There's no tactics to this fight. It's actually kind of the same for all of the bosses in the game. You basically just charge head in and wail on them. Usually you get 1 or 2 strikes in and then dodge. Or, you know, just be Aya and tank the damn thing. The music that's playing right now is the single greatest track on the OST, and don't you forget it. It's called Sister Saki, and... well, I mean, you can hear it for yourself. It's a rock, techno, hip-hop thing, and it also features theremins. I love theremins! Now, generally speaking, when you get Saki to half health, she goes berserk, because screw game logic, we need something tough to fight halfway through a boss fight. Although, realistically, it doesn't change anything all that much. She just gets faster in her attacks. She also takes more damage from your attacks, which means that the boss fight just... it finishes a lot quickly. A lot more quickly than it started, at least. So as you can see, post-level, we are rewarded EXP points based on how we did during the level, except we don't need them because, well, as you can see, my characters are all fully leveled. And yeah, that's the end of level 1. So join us next time when more of this. So until next time, goodbye.